Remember when a trip to the mall meant getting lost in endless stores that took your money and your time, but in the best way possible? Now, most of those iconic shops are just mall ghosts. From flipping through CDs at Goody to finding the trendiest or questionable outfits at MerryGoRound, these places shaped our mall culture and our fashion regrets. Today we're diving into 20 forgotten mall stores that are no longer around. But before you start mourning your favorite lost stores, don't forget to subscribe to Those Wonder Years and let us know in the comments, which of these would you bring back if you could? Get ready to relive the days when shopping wasn't just a chore, it was an experience. Walden Books. Walking into Walden Books felt like entering a cozy little universe of stories. It wasn't just a bookstore, it was a sanctuary for anyone who loved the smell of fresh paper and the weight of a good book. Long before the days of digital downloads, Walden Books was the place where people browsed shelves filled with bestsellers, classics, and hidden gems. Do you remember scanning the aisles, fingertips trailing along the spines, each book holding a promise of adventure? Walden Books had everything from novels to glossy magazines and even comic books, making it a spot where everyone could find something to love. If you were lucky, you'd discover the latest Stephen King thriller or the newest Sweet Valley High just waiting for you. And it wasn't just about buying books. You could spend an entire afternoon there, escaping into other worlds and maybe sneaking in a few chapters. Over time, as big box stores and online shopping took over, Walden Books couldn't keep up. It faded away, leaving a void in malls everywhere. For those who grew up with it, Walden Books represents a time when books were a tactile experience, something to be held, smelled, and cherished. Who wouldn't want to step back into that world, where finding a good book meant more than just clicking a button? The sharper image. The sharper image was like a portal to the future, smack in the middle of your local mall. This wasn't your standard gadget store. It was filled with futuristic products and quirky inventions that were as intriguing as they were impractical. Do you remember testing out one of those massage chairs that made you feel like you'd achieved instant luxury? Or maybe you were drawn to their air purifiers, fancy alarm clocks, or the quirky gadgets you didn't really need but desperately wanted. The sharper image was like a playground for adults, where you could dream a little about what life would be like with just a bit more tech. The store had a knack for making you feel like anything was possible, even if it was just a personal foot massager or a miracle sleep machine. Eventually though, as online shopping grew, the sharper image struggled to compete. The internet made it easy to buy high-tech gadgets without leaving home, and the magic of walking into a sharper image faded away. For those who remember, the sharper image wasn't just a store, it was an experience that made the future feel within reach. Imagine walking back into that sleek, futuristic space and getting one more chance to sit in a massage chair or marvel at the latest gadget. Who wouldn't want to relive that little slice of mall magic? KB Toys. KB Toys was the ultimate destination for every kid and every kid at the heart who walked into a mall. This wasn't just a store, it was a wonderland packed with action figures, dolls, board games, and every imaginable toy. Walking into KB Toys was like stepping into a rainbow-colored paradise where each aisle held endless possibilities for play and adventure. Do you remember the excitement of running toward the back of the store, hoping to find a hidden gem in the clearance bin? KB Toys wasn't just a place to buy toys, it was an experience. For many, it was where birthday and holiday wish lists were born, as you mentally cataloged every new release and every cool gadget you absolutely needed. During the holiday season, KB Toys turned into a whirlwind of excitement, with parents rushing to grab the year's hottest toys. But as online shopping grew and big box stores like Walmart and Target expanded their toy sections, KB Toys found it harder to compete. Eventually, it disappeared from malls, leaving behind only memories. For those who remember, KB Toys represents the pure, unfiltered joy of childhood, the thrill of finding the perfect toy and imagining all the fun that awaited. Who wouldn't love one more trip down those colorful aisles just to relive that magic? Structure. Before Express became a staple in the mall, Structure was the go-to spot for men's fashion that felt sleek, sophisticated, and just a little bit edgy. Structure was all about giving guys an easy way to look stylish without having to try too hard. Do you remember walking in and seeing racks of neutral tone shirts, perfectly cut jackets, and jeans that fit just right? Structure was where guys could find clothes that elevated their look, making them feel put together without breaking the bank. It was the place to go when you needed something that was a step up from casual but still comfortable. Structure had a knack for blending casual and professional, which made it a favorite for guys who wanted to look good without standing out too much. Eventually, Express absorbed Structure, focusing more on a broader fashion range and leaving Structure behind. For those who remember, shopping at Structure was a rite of passage, a place where fashion didn't feel intimidating. Imagine stepping back into a mall today and seeing Structure's sleek, minimalist displays filled with those classic pieces that made you feel just a bit cooler. Who wouldn't want to bring a little Structure style back into their lives? Sam Goody. Sam Goody was more than just a music store. It was a cultural hub, a place where music lovers gathered to discover, browse, and connect over the latest releases. This was the spot where you could lose yourself flipping through CDs, tapes, and vinyl, each one representing a possible soundtrack to your life. Do you remember the excitement of picking up an album you'd been waiting for, holding it in your hands, and feeling the anticipation of playing it for the first time? Sam Goody didn't just sell music, it sold experiences. It was a place to explore new genres, find rare albums, and connect with other fans who shared your taste. And let's not forget the posters and band t-shirts, which let you take a little piece of your favorite artist home. But as digital music took over, the way people bought music changed, and Sam Goody struggled to keep up. Eventually, it disappeared from malls, leaving behind a void for anyone who loved the tactile thrill of buying music. For those who remember, Sam Goody represents a time when music wasn't just a digital file, it was something you cherished, held, and displayed. Who wouldn't want to step back into that world where finding the perfect album meant a trip to Sam Goody? MerryGoRound. MerryGoRound wasn't just a clothing store, it was a statement. For anyone who wanted to turn heads and push the boundaries of style, MerryGoRound had the goods. Neon colors, bold animal prints, leather jackets. This store was all about standing out and showing the world your unique flair. Picture yourself walking into MerryGoRound and being greeted by racks of clothes that were anything but ordinary. This was where you went to find that edgy jacket or the latest trends that no one else dared to wear yet. Do you remember the thrill of trying on something a little wild and feeling instantly cooler? The store attracted teens and young adults who wanted to express themselves and break away from the norm. MerryGoRound was bold, fearless, and fun. As fashion evolved and fast fashion giants took over though, MerryGoRound couldn't keep up. Eventually it faded from malls, leaving behind only memories of a time when fashion was truly an adventure. For those who remember, MerryGoRound is a nostalgic symbol of 80s and 90s style. Imagine walking into a store today that dared to be as bold. Who wouldn't want one more chance to shop at MerryGoRound? Radio Shack. Radio Shack was the ultimate go-to for anyone who loved electronics, gadgets, and DIY projects. Long before online shopping, Radio Shack was the place to find all the parts and pieces you needed to build, repair, or enhance your tech. Walking into Radio Shack felt like stepping into a world where possibilities were endless. Need a new set of batteries? They had it. Looking for cables or DIY kits? Radio Shack was the answer. Do you remember browsing the shelves and feeling inspired to tackle a new project, even if you didn't quite know how it would turn out? Radio Shack was where you went for tools, inspiration, and a little tech magic. For decades, it was the destination for everyone from hobbyists to professionals. But as big box electronics stores grew and e-commerce took over, Radio Shack couldn't compete with the convenience and variety offered elsewhere. Eventually, the brand disappeared from malls, leaving a void for those who loved the hands-on experience of finding exactly the right part. For those who remember, Radio Shack was more than a store. It was a place where creativity met practicality. Who wouldn't want one more chance to browse those aisles and take home a little piece of tech history? Babbage's. For gamers in the pre-internet era, Babbage's was like a treasure chest waiting to be opened. Before you could download games at the click of a button, you had to actually go to a store, and Babbage's was the place to do it. This was where you could find the latest video games, computer software, and accessories, all in one spot. Do you remember the thrill of spotting a new release on the shelf, feeling the weight of the cartridge or CD case in your hands, and knowing you were about to embark on a new adventure? Babbage's wasn't just about games. It was about connecting with with a community of gamers who shared your passion. The store was a haven for gamers looking for everything from the latest releases to hidden gems. But as digital downloads and big retail chains took over, Babbage's struggled to compete. Eventually, it was absorbed by GameStop and faded into memory. For those who remember, Babbage's represents a time when gaming was a physical experience. A trip to the store, a conversation with fellow gamers, and a discovery on the shelves. Who wouldn't want to take a nostalgic trip back to Babbage's? The Limited. The Limited was more than just a clothing store. It was a fashion staple for women looking to balance style with sophistication. Known for its modern, versatile pieces, The Limited offered a range of clothing that could take you from the office to a night out with ease. Imagine walking into The Limited and finding racks of well-fitted blazers, chic blouses, and tailored pants that made you feel confident and put together. Do you remember that feeling of finding a top that was just the right mix of trendy and timeless? The Limited was all about giving women options that felt polished yet comfortable. With each season, it brought new styles that catered to women who wanted to look good without trying too hard. But as fast fashion gained popularity and retail trends shifted, The Limited struggled to keep up. Eventually, it disappeared from malls, leaving behind only memories of a time when fashion was about quality and versatility. For those who remember, The Limited is a reminder of a time when looking good didn't mean sacrificing comfort or style. Who wouldn't want to step back into that world and find the perfect wardrobe staple? Camelot music. Camelot music was a paradise for anyone who lived and breathed music. This wasn't just a store, it was a gathering spot, a place to discover new artists, and a hub for music lovers to connect over their favorite tunes. Picture yourself walking into Camelot music, rows of CDs, cassettes, and vinyl stretching before you, each one holding a promise of new sounds and stories. Do you remember the excitement of flipping through album covers, finding that one album you'd been waiting for, or stumbling upon a new artist who would become a favorite? Camelot music wasn't just about buying music, it was about experiencing it. Posters and t-shirts lined the walls, letting you take home a piece of your favorite band or musician. But as digital music took over, Camelot music struggled to keep up with the changes in how people consumed music. Eventually, the store faded away, leaving behind a void for those who cherished the tactile experience of buying music. For those who remember, Camelot music represents a time when music was something you held in your hands and proudly displayed. Who wouldn't want to browse those aisles just one more time? Kinney Shoes. Kinney Shoes was the reliable family shoe store where you could find something for everyone. Known for its wide selection and affordability, Kinney Shoes had a little bit of everything, from sturdy school shoes for kids to dress shoes for adults. Walking into a Kinney Shoes was like entering a one-stop shop for any footwear need. Do you remember sitting down, having your foot measured, and picking out a new pair that would carry you through the season? Kinney Shoes was practical, yes, but it was also dependable. Families could count on Kinney to provide quality shoes without breaking the bank. And let's not forget the smell of new leather and rubber, a sensory experience that made picking out a new pair feel special. As mall trends shifted toward big brands and specialized stores, Kinney Shoes began to lose its foothold. Eventually, the chain closed its doors, leaving behind a legacy of durability and dependability. For those who remember, Kinney Shoes was more than a store. It was a part of the family shopping experience. Imagine finding a place like that in a mall today, where you could get good shoes at a fair price. Who wouldn't want to step into Kinney Shoes for one more reliable pair? Spencer Gifts. Spencer Gifts was the ultimate destination for quirky, offbeat, and sometimes downright strange merchandise. This wasn't a store you went into looking for something practical. It was a place for fun, laughter, and a touch of rebellion. Do you remember walking in and seeing walls lined with gag gifts, lava lamps, posters, and novelty t-shirts with funny slogans? Spencer Gifts was like a playground for teens and young adults who wanted something a little different. The store was filled with items you didn't know you needed until you saw them, like blacklight posters, mood rings, or prank kits. It was a rite of passage to wander through Spencer's, giggling at the outrageous items and maybe picking up a joke gift for a friend. As online shopping made novelty items more accessible, Spencer Gifts began to struggle, and while a few stores remain, it's not the mall staple it once was. For those who remember, Spencer Gifts is a reminder of a time when shopping was about exploration and humor. Who wouldn't want to wander through those aisles again just to see what weird and wonderful items they could find? Suncoast Motion Picture Company.
At Suncoast, I got something for everyone. And one thing for myself.
Before streaming services made movies available at the click of a button, Suncoast Motion Picture Company was the place to go for all things film related. This wasn't just a store, it was a treasure trove for movie buffs, stocked with DVDs, VHS tapes, movie posters, and collectibles, rees. Do you remember the thrill of finding a rare movie you'd been searching for, or grabbing a poster of your favorite film to hang on your wall? Suncoast had an almost magical appeal, offering films of every genre and era. It was the go-to spot for anyone looking to expand their movie collection, long before Netflix was even an idea. For fans of cult classics and Hollywood hits alike, Suncoast was a slice of cinema heaven. As physical media declined, however, Suncoast found it difficult to survive. Today, it's a nostalgic memory for those who cherish the tactile experience of collecting movies and decorating with their favorite film memorabilia. Imagine stepping back into a Suncoast, flipping through movie cases, and finding the perfect addition to your collection. Who wouldn't want to bring back that cinematic thrill? Deb Shops. Deb Shops was a mall staple for trendy, affordable fashion aimed at teenagers and young women. It was the kind of place where you could find the latest styles without breaking your budget. Perfect for grabbing an outfit for a dance, party, or just to upgrade your wardrobe. Do you remember walking in and seeing racks of dresses, jeans, and tops in every color and style imaginable? Deb Shops made fashion fun and accessible, offering pieces that felt stylish and current without the designer price tag. It was where you went to find something new and exciting, whether it was a cute dress for prom or a casual top for school. But as fast fashion giants grew and online shopping became more popular, Deb Shops struggled to keep up. Eventually, it disappeared from malls, leaving behind memories of a time when finding the perfect outfit was as easy as a quick trip to the mall. For those who remember, Deb Shops is a reminder of when fashion was affordable and fun. Who wouldn't want to browse those racks again just to find that perfect piece? Anchor Blue. Anchor Blue was a go-to for teenagers who wanted to express their style with classic denim and laid-back California-inspired clothing. Known for its cool, casual vibe, Anchor Blue was where you went for jeans, t-shirts, and hoodies that felt effortlessly stylish. Do you remember walking in and seeing walls stacked with denim in every wash and fit? Anchor Blue made it easy to find the perfect pair of jeans, whether you wanted something relaxed, skinny, or boot cut. With its relaxed West Coast feel, it catered to teens who wanted to look cool without trying too hard. But as fashion trends changed and other brands grew, Anchor Blue couldn't keep up and eventually faded away. For those who shopped there, Anchor Blue represents a time when style was simple, classic, and comfortable. Who wouldn't want to relive the thrill of finding that perfect pair of jeans at Anchor Blue? Afterthoughts. Afterthoughts was the ultimate accessory store for young girls and teens in the mall. Specializing in jewelry, hair accessories, and all things sparkly, it was the place where you could indulge in a little glam without spending a fortune. You remember wandering through Afterthoughts, looking for the perfect earrings to match your outfit, or a new scrunchie for school? It was like stepping into a mini treasure chest, with walls lined with jewelry, headbands, and anything you needed to add a personal touch to your look. Afterthoughts also offered piercings, which was a big deal for teens who wanted to sport a new set of earrings. But as other accessory chains like Claire's expanded and fast fashion stores began carrying similar items, Afterthoughts slowly faded away. For those who remember, it's a nostalgic reminder of when accessorizing was as exciting as buying a new outfit. Who wouldn't want to browse those displays again and find the perfect little addition to complete their look? County Seat. County Seat was a denim-focused store that became a staple for mall-goers looking for American-style casual clothing. The store was practically synonymous with jeans, offering a wide range of cuts, washes, and styles to fit every body type. Do you remember going to County Seat to find the perfect pair of jeans? Maybe even picking up a denim jacket or two along the way. This store was a favorite for those who valued comfort, style, and the timeless appeal of denim. With its rustic interior and relaxed vibe, County Seat felt like a nod to classic Americana, making it popular among teens and adults alike. As big brands like Levi's and new retail giants emerged, County Seat found it harder to stand out in the crowded mall landscape. Eventually, it disappeared, leaving behind memories of a time when finding quality denim was as simple as a trip to the mall. For those who remember, County Seat was more than just a store. It was a reliable source of stylish, comfortable clothing that fit every occasion. Who wouldn't want to go back for one more perfect pair of jeans? Pacific Sunwear, Paxon. Paxon, short for Pacific Sunwear, was the embodiment of California cool and surfer style. For teens and young adults, Paxon offered a slice of the West Coast lifestyle, even if you lived nowhere near the beach. Do you remember walking in and seeing rows of graphic tees, board shorts, and skater shoes? Paxon was all about capturing that effortless, laid-back vibe, with brands like Vans, Roxy, and Billabong lining the shelves. Whether you were a skater, surfer, or just someone who wanted to look like one, Paxon had the look you were going for. Over time, as skate and surf culture went mainstream and online shopping expanded, Paxon struggled to keep its niche appeal in the crowded mall environment. Though the brand still exists, it's no longer the mall staple it once was. For those who remember, Paxon was more than just a store. It was a gateway to a lifestyle. Imagine stepping back in and feeling that laid-back energy, surrounded by clothes that made you feel like summer could last forever. Brookstone.
Today we're going to be taking a look at Brookstone, a mall retailer that in the very near future is not going to.
Brookstone was the perfect store for anyone who loved quirky gadgets, relaxation products, and gifts that were just a bit outside the box. Walking into Brookstone felt like entering a high-tech wonderland with massage chairs, unique alarm clocks, and innovative kitchen tools waiting to be tested. Do you remember trying out the massage chairs, maybe wishing you could take one home? Brookstone was famous for letting you sample their products, making the shopping experience as fun as the items themselves. From foot massagers to travel gadgets, Brookstone had something for everyone, especially for those looking to find a unique gift. But as online shopping grew, the novelty of Brookstone couldn't compete with the convenience of clicking a button. Eventually, the store disappeared from most malls, leaving behind memories of a time when shopping was interactive and hands-on. For those who remember, Brookstone is a nostalgic reminder of when you could actually test a product before buying. Who wouldn't want to sit back in a Brookstone massage chair just for old time's sake? Orange Julius. Though technically a kiosk and not a full store, Orange Julius was an unforgettable part of the mall experience. Known for its signature frothy orange drink, Orange Julius was a refreshing stop for anyone craving a sweet treat. Do you remember that first sip of an Orange Julius? That unique blend of tangy orange and creamy goodness? It was more than just a drink. It was a little burst of happiness in a cup. Orange Julius also offered snacks like hot dogs, but the real star was always the orange drink. It became a mall icon, perfect for cooling off after a long shopping spree. Eventually, as larger food chains took over and tastes changed, Orange Julius kiosks began to disappear from malls. For those who remember, it's a reminder of a time when a simple drink could make a trip to the mall feel like a special occasion. Who wouldn't want one more chance to sip that frothy, orange-flavored nostalgia? These mall stores may be gone, but they left behind memories as colorful as the neon signs that once lit their doors. From finding the perfect pair of jeans at County Seat to sipping on an Orange Julius, these stores made every mall trip a little more special. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Those Wonder Years and let us know in the comments, which of these forgotten stores would you love to bring back? Let's keep the spirit of the mall alive, one memory at a time.